Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage, and we are back today with an exciting video here in regards to Ancient One finally joining Marvel Strike Force as the first new member here of the Astral team. A very, very prominent character. She's going to be bringing a lot of support to the team. We'll be doing a deep dive on her kit as well, but more importantly, we're actually going to be using power cores for the first time in quite some time to ultimately get her unlocked. So typically, she's going to be, thriving in the battle world and war bonuses. So more on that in a bit when we review her kit, but just be mindful of the fact that this new Astral team is required for battle world. And obviously if you want additional value, some of her awakened abilities are going to be maximized ultimately in war. So let's actually go ahead. Let's get things started here with the orbs, and then as well, we'll actually deep dive her kit. But yeah, right now her offers should be available. And let's see, did I skip it at the top there? No. Let's take a look here. Should be available as a new addition right there. This timeless Sage orb that you can see for the cost of 675 power cores. To my knowledge anyways, I don't know if there's any actual future power core events coming forward in the data mine, so be mindful of that if you guys haven't already. Maybe just wait a couple of days here for that information. Otherwise, for myself, I've been wanting to get this unlocked for quite some time, and it's the purpose of my video today. So without further ado, let's get started. Typically, from my experience anyways, it can range anywhere from 8,000 to 10,000 power cores. So we're going to see, we're very, very close to 22,000 right now. This is what we've been saving up for. So let's get this party started. So typically the average is about 6 shards per orb, but we're hoping we're going to capitalize on some blues and some purples here. Get a little bit of gold on the side there. Hopefully it doesn't take us the full 10,000 because that's absolutely brutal. But yeah, I mean, this is what we've been saving our cores for, guys. This is pretty massive. Oh, nothing but green so far. So hopefully you guys are getting some better luck than myself. But yeah, not the best start here, unfortunately. Back to back with the 675s. We have 36 right now. So yeah, it's taking us quite a bit already, as you can see. Oh, we got a little bit more there in the 8 shards. Okay. Boom. Oh, finally a blue. Okay, so that's a 10 shard. That helps out for sure. And as you can see right now, that's about 5,500 power cores being utilized. We'll keep going. Back-to-back blues. Good stuff. 64. So we have roughly 36 left to go here. Yeah, I was hoping for like a big one, but this is how it always works out, right? Some openings are going to cost more. Some are going to take less, and it does average out over time. Now we just need 20 more shards. Okay, so yeah, like I said, guys, this is usually all the power cores that we've been saving up for, right? Oh my goodness, this is taking quite a bit. This is honestly, the RNG has not been in my favor, but oh my goodness. 2 shards away. Okay, let's finish the job right here. One more. Boom. And there you guys have it. That is 108 shards right there. Now, remember with the majority of this new Astral team is that some of their abilities are going to be locked behind awakened abilities. So we're going to be very, very careful when we're going through her kit, but overall, pretty exciting. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, we'll take a look obviously in more detail, is that these awakened abilities are going to be more applicable just for war. So if you're not planning to bring this team up into war, then I wouldn't even, pay attention actually to the respective upgrades, but we'll see what they bring to the table. So let's get started. Soul Strike is Ancient One's basic ability. So with this ability, this is her attacking and making sure that she actually does the impact as a brawler, right? Remember, her attacks are going to be impacting primary and adjacent targets with piercing damage. And also when she's forced to attack an ally, it is going to be dealing less damage overall to Astral. As we level this ability up, the piercing damage is going to be increasing overall. There's also going to be bleed mechanic that actually does get applied. On crits, there's going to be additional bleed. And then this is where we have to be careful. I do believe with this ability, there's no awakened upgrades here. So it does go all the way up to this one, which is the level 7 on crit, applying additional 2 bleeds on that target. So she's going to be applying damage and spraying the bleeds across as a whole. This seems like a really good value ability right here if you have the T4 upgrades respectively for this character and as well as your resources. So definitely would recommend, but let's take a look at the rest of her kit before we make any assumptions here. Her special is Serene Devastation. So attacking all enemies for piercing damage, and as well also impacting 5% of each target's max HP damage. So that's pretty massive. This ability is also supportive as well, giving counters to herself and allies. It's unavoidable and it can't be blocked. as we level this ability up, it's also going to have an opportunity to deal more damage, flip positives actually into negatives on the opponent. And this is where we see some of the Battle World bonuses coming into play. In Battle World, she's applying speed up to herself and all allies. Heal block is also going to get applied. There's going to be the flipping of all positive effects into negatives for all enemies. Pretty massive because this is beyond just Battle World. And then lastly, the T4 upgrade here maximizes 3 counters for all the team members and additional uptick in piercing. And this is where you got to be careful. The Awakened upgrade here is going to be allowing you to also have the speed up to self and allies in war specifically. So again, for a war mechanic, this is very, very important. But if you're not using this team in war, level 7 is going to give you everything you need, especially to function properly in the PvE Battle World game mode. So for that reason, I do like this upgrade here because it gives more counters, obviously, and an additional uptick in piercing when she's going to be supplementing some damage overall for the team. Her ultimate, Arcane Rain. Attacking primary target for piercing damage, also chaining to additional enemies likely will increase with piercing damage, as well as attacking the most injured enemy for 100% piercing. So level this ability up, it's going to rebound more, it's going to do more damage. It also adds a reduction in speed bar, so the most injured enemy is actually going to get that reduced. Safeguard is also going to apply to herself and Astral allies, so I really like this bonus here because this is pretty massive. And finally, there's even actually a stun mechanic that lands on the most injured enemy. The T4 here actually reduces speed bar by 100% for the most injured enemy. So this is probably far, I think, her most prominent ability, especially since the Safeguard's very, very important to keep the team alive and ensure those supportive buffs stay put. Lastly, Master of the Mystic Arc. So this is a big passive here, gaining 100% to counterattack, gaining additional crit damage. As well, the focus of this character and each Astral ally can only be reduced by offense down. So pretty massive, guys. A beautiful passive just to protect the team with that natural kind of deterrence from obviously getting focus reduction. Battle World on turn, she's prolonging the duration of all positive effects by 1. And keep in mind, this includes Safeguard as well because it doesn't get excluded in the verbiage here. So it's really, really massive. On turn, she's flipping heal block on herself and allies, so a natural kind of cleanse against the heal block mechanic. In Battle World, when she does spawn, Safeguards can apply. And while she has counter, she also does reduce enemy crit chance by 50%. Pretty massive, guys, pretty massive. So that's why it's important. That combination of using the special to grant the counters is going to ensure that this passive stays put. In Battle World, if this character has 3 or more Astral allies as well, enemy characters also cannot spawn with taunt on self and as well as Astral ally crit, generate 1 ability energy for self and all Astral allies. So remember, this is the T4 right here. If you were to look for the Awakened materials later on, we don't know how that's going to get released yet, but the Awakened materials is what's going to allow you to get this war bonus here, right? On spawn, applying the Safeguard. In war, if she has 3 or more, they cannot spawn with taunt, so that's pretty massive in war as well. And on top of that, the prolonging of the duration of positive effects, including Safeguard. So again, these bonuses here are only applicable in war, so that's why I do like the fact that she's a really strong character overall, even without the war bonuses. So right off the bat, guys, her ultimate and the passive make the most sense to maximize in terms of T4 materials. Special is still really good too because it gives her the additional counters as well. So I think I'm going to have to upgrade everything, the special, ultimate, and as well as the passive. And then basic is kind of a luxury, but again, I do like the fact that you're going to be comboing more bleeds to, give additional damage for the team overall. Having said that, I can see definitely a couple of things that you can utilize her in, right? She's critting a lot, so that's going to be the Isolate Raider nod to her. If you want to make sure that she's applying more bleeds, the Striker mechanic could work very, very well. We don't know if that bleed mechanic is going to be prominent, though, in this team. So I think for that reason, I am probably going to be more focused on using her as a Raider. So that way she's applying the vulnerables, and as well, many of her attacks also have piercing. So it just raises the overall damage output. But yeah, Raider, Striker are very, very safe isolates, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But as per usual, pretty exciting to get this character unlocked. And yeah, definitely great to add this to the Astral team and to see what the rest of the team's going to look like once we have them unlocked. Good luck in your guys' orb openings as well. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.